top stories. Missing woman found. Autopsies filed in deaths of Keon Fifield and Marva Rollins, and task force chair says a change is needed in approach to educate persons on vaccine. We'll be right back with the details after this.
In your formative years, we were there. When you got the good news and the bad, we were right there with you. Through all your great adventures, we were always right by your side. Now that life has thrown us a curveball, we are still here. And as we navigate this difficult period, the SKCCU will continue to be there for you and your family to help you through. We will assist you in safely and efficiently accessing your funds through our digital platforms, online banking, mobile banking, ATMs, and even our drive-through services. We can get through this together with responsible financial decisions by making food and medication a priority, practicing proper hygiene, maintaining social distancing, and constant prayer.
We're here for you.
We're still here.
We will get through this together.
SKCCU will continue to be your financial partner for life.
Use BioCare Lab Strong Ends products to supercharge your hair with deep lasting hydration from nature's most amazing moisturizers, raw moisturizing honey, and conditioning shea butter. These ingredients pull moisture from the hair to boost, strengthen, and restore the oldest and weakest parts of your hair, your ends, helping to keep them stronger. Wow, beautiful hair. Strong Ends. Dry, damaged, breaking hair, and no hair growth? Strong ends? Whoa! I'm not cutting this hair for anything. Weak, thinning edges due to weaves and braids. Strong ends? Longer and free of split ends. Get supercharged from roots to end with BioCare Lab's Strong Ends Honey and Shea Butter Infused Relaxer and Hair Growth Product. Available retail at CNC Superfoods on the Bay Road and wholesale at CNC Trading on the CAP Southville Industrial Park. Telephone 465-4081.
Trustworthy, secure, reliable, and responsive. These are just some of the words customers use to describe their experience with the Bank of Nevis Limited. And after 35 years of delivering excellent customer service and honoring our corporate social responsibilities in the island of Nevis, we are finally coming to St. Kitts. Come and experience why we're not just another option. We are the standard. Bond strong.
Dr. Blake's General Dentistry and Orthodontics, located on South Independence Square Street in Basseterre, is the place to discover that perfect smile you have always dreamt of. With convenient hours to serve you, Dr. Blake's Dental assures the best preventative and restorative care to guarantee the health and beauty of your smile. Call 466-7622 for your appointments.
Welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. A missing woman who lived in Keon has been found in Nevis following a search over the weekend. The 37-year-old is originally from Dominica but lived in Keon and was last seen on the 1st of April. She was found on Saturday afternoon. Confirmed sources say she was weak but was unhurt and was taken to the hospital. The police say due to the nature of the situation, no further information will be given on the issue, but no criminal offences are suspected in the matter. The search party included the police force, the defense force, fire and rescue services, the Red Cross Nevis branch, and the Nevis Disaster Management Department. In other police news, an autopsy that was performed on the body of 38-year-old Keon Fifield of Newtown has revealed that death was a result of an embolism, which is a blocked artery caused by a foreign body such as a blood clot or an air bubble. The police say that on March 29, resident pathologist Dr. Adrian Nunez concluded that death was due to a pulmonary embolism because of prolonged bed rest as a consequence of severe head trauma with a cerebral concussion. This followed a vehicular accident in the St. Peter's area on March 8, a matter police are investigating. Persons with information about this matter are urged to contact the Violent Crime Unit at 467-1887, 467-1888, 662-3468, the nearest police station, or you can call the crime hotline at 707. In another autopsy, police say that no foul play is suspected in the death of Marva Rollins, who died on March 28. She was found unresponsive at a guest house in Basse-Terre after emergency technicians were summoned to the scene. In other police news, the police have arrested and charged a man from District B for the offense of indecent assault. According to a police release, the incident occurred on September 8, 2020. As is the case with sexual offenses, details surrounding the incident have not been released. However, the police have stated that the accused was charged on March 29 and was remanded to Her Majesty's prison. In other news, chair of the COVID-19 task force, Abdias Samuel, says there needs to be a change in the approach in encouraging people to get vaccinated. As it stands, several COVID vaccine information sessions are being held across the island to inform persons about the vaccine and COVID-19. But Mr. Samuel says that's not enough, and he says it's about time to go out to the people themselves.
I don't think that we need to be stringent to just asking persons to come to meetings. We have to know, change the approach and take this approach to you, the citizen residents of St. Kitts and Nevis, so that we could speak your language and make it understandable. And in doing so, it will be more receptive and accepted by individuals, and then we could see the numbers for inoculations going up.
Mr. Samuel also noted the shortage of vaccines worldwide and encouraged persons to get the jab while we have doses. We are seeing globally the challenge of access to vaccines. So that's a critical component or factor that will impact us. So we have to seize the opportunity that we have right now. Mr. Samuel said once at least 70% of the population is inoculated, we would have achieved herd immunity, and this would pave the way for many of the COVID-19 restrictions to be eased or lifted. Among them, the possible removal of the need to quarantine visitors, allowing the tourism economy to revive. And as the roll-up to roll-out vaccination campaign continues, let's take a look at the most recent vaccination report. Coming up, we'll have another look at some of the stories from the past week. Stay tuned.
Here are your Hornsford Value Mart IGA Value Club Blue Tag Specials for March 29th through April 11th. Oranges, $1.25 each. Essential Everyday Bar Cheeses, $7.99. Tropicana Twister or regular, $7.99. Essential Everyday or IGA Saltine Crackers, $6.99. VO5 shampoos or conditioners, $4.79. And now introducing our very low weekly value deal. Chicken drumsticks or thighs, $4.99 per tray. Essential Everyday Dry Roasted Peanuts, $9.99. Icy Box Drinks, $8.99. IGA Real Mayonnaise, $10.99. Pillsbury Brownie Mix, $4.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras a Value Mart.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
On Wednesday in St. Kitts and Nevis, High Court, in relation to the convening of the sitting of Parliament on January 16, 2015 by the former Dr. Denzel Douglas-led administration to debate boundary changes on the eve of the 2015 general elections, High Court Judge the Honorable Justice Trevor M. Ward QC said, quote, "There is no obvious or apparent reason why the debate on the Commissioner's report should qualify as an emergency," end quote. The report of the Constituency Boundaries Commission in 2015 was dismissed by the court as null, void, and of no effect. The judgment read, quote, "The facts outlined in relation to the events of January 16, 2015 gave rise to a number of logical inferences. In the first place, the government must have had knowledge that the report would be finalized that evening in order to have an emergency sitting of the National Assembly convened by the Speaker at such short notice. If the former Attorney General is to be believed, not even he had advanced knowledge of the sitting," end quote. It continued, moreover, given that the Commission only concluded its business at about 3:45 p.m., it's a marvel that within 20 minutes, opposition members were being served with notice of the sitting or learning about the planned sitting from various sources, and that within 45 minutes, the necessary paperwork to facilitate a sitting of the National Assembly had been done, end quote. According to the judgment, quote, "As the court sees it, these facts give rise to the inference that there was a prior plan to rush the draft proclamation through the National Assembly the moment it came to hand. Accordingly, I accept the claimant's submission that the facts relayed above give rise to the irresistible inference that there was a deliberate plan by the executive branch of government in the control of the then governing party to rush the report through the Assembly, dissolve Parliament, and have the proclamation published before the opposition was able to approach the court to challenge the lawfulness of the Commission's decision," end quote. His Excellency the Governor-General, Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, GCMG CVO QCJP LLD, on Friday relayed to His Excellency Tom Lee, Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, profound sympathy on behalf of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis and on his own behalf of the tragic loss of life in Taiwan as a result of a train accident. His Excellency recalled his visit to Taiwan when he traveled on their very efficient train service. His Excellency, the Governor-General, requested the Taiwanese ambassador to transmit his message of goodwill and best wishes to Her Excellency, President Tsai Ing-wen, and the government and people of Taiwan. Agro-processors, livestock and crop farmers, and fisherfolk were provided with a platform to offer their products in one place when the Ministry of Agriculture hosted the second Agri-Night Market on Wednesday. Carla Berridge tells us more.
The event, which was the Easter edition of the night market, began at 5 p.m. and saw the sale of locally grown fruits and vegetables, soups, jams, baked goods, meats, as well as Easter treats including conky, dumpling and saltfish, and sweet potato pudding. Minister of Agriculture Honorable Alexis Jeffers said the idea of the first hosting of the night market in December came about in efforts to bring stakeholders together to offer an avenue to sell their products while bringing buyers into one area. He said Wednesday's hosting of the event was better than the first.
That was good then. Tonight is even better because we have seen an even larger crowd this evening. As I went around the market here this evening, most persons were speaking glowingly about the event and the amount of sales they've had so far. I want to thank the entire general public for coming out and buying into what we're trying to foster here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, and that is to ensure that we are providing our stakeholders, our crop farmers, our livestock farmers, and also our fisher folks with an avenue through which they can actually connect with the buyers or the persons who would like to patronize them.
The Agriculture Minister said in the face of the pandemic, it is very important that producers and farmers are given opportunities to sell more.
We know we are going through some challenging times, but in every challenge, you must be able to identify some opportunities. We have found some opportunities whereby we can find a way for our producers to sell more and to provide the local market with more of the local produce that we are able to provide here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Minister Jeffers said the Ministry of Agriculture intends to host a night market every quarter. Reporting for ZIZ News, I'm Carla Berridge.
After the break, Guyana receives Sputnik COVID-19 vaccine shipment, and Egypt moves royal mummies to new resting place. Stay tuned.
Everything's gotta go! Horsford's Automotive, everything gotta go! Clearance sale is happening now! All 2018, 2019, and 2020 models gotta go! Yes! Come to Horsford's Automotive and get $10,000 off select 2020 models! That's right! Horsford's Automotive is making room for 2021 by offering $10,000 off select 2020 models! And that's not all! Come now and get 0% down payment! No payment until May 2021! $500 in free groceries, free servicing for 1 year, free bill of sale, free tinting, free registration, free accessories, and free licensing. Horsford's Automotive, everything gotta go clearance sale. The biggest clearance sale event of the year. Select 2020 vehicles, price to go. Everything gotta go. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is rolling out D-Cash, the next step in the evolution of the EC dollar. Use D-Cash to send and receive money to and from friends and family. Make payments directly from your smart device. Make payments from wherever you are. Download the app from the Google Play or Apple Store and sign up, or visit dcashec.com for more information. The future of the EC dollar is digital. Let's make history together.
Regionally, Guyana has received a shipment of 25,000 Sputnik V vaccines over the weekend at a cost of $4 million. Health officials there hope to increase inoculations through mobile units in their 10 regions. This report now from Television Guyana News.
The shots, manufactured by Russia, arrived at the Chedijagan International Airport, and Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony was present to collect the vaccines. In total, government has spent some $4 million to acquire the total tranche at a cost of $20 per dose. Speaking to the media, Dr. Anthony said these vaccines will be used as first doses for 25,000 people, and arrangements are in place for the arrival of the second doses.
We have just received 25,000 doses, and we'll start utilizing this as early as next week. As you know, this vaccine, it's a 2-dose vaccine as well, and we'll have an interval of 3 weeks between first and second dose. So the 25,000 that came in are all the first dose, and so we have made arrangements as well to start getting the second dose.
Additionally, vaccines are expected through the COVAX mechanism, as government also extends the discussions with other stakeholders.
Apart from the Sputnik V that we have bought, we have also the additional vaccines that we are expected to get from COVAX, and we are constantly exploring new avenues to make sure that we will have enough vaccines to immunize our adult population.
In total, Guyana has received 152,000 doses of vaccines, with 3,000 from Barbados, 20,000 from China, 80,000 from India, 24,000 from COVAX, and 25,000 via Russia. From April 6th, the rollout will ramp up with almost 100 fixed sites around the country. There will also be mobile teams in all 10 administrative regions. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
Internationally, as Egypt tries to boost its tourism industry, officials signed off on an elaborate undertaking to move 18 pharaohs and 4 queens to their new resting places at the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization, disregarding talks of curses that would befall those who move them. Crowds gathered to witness the multi-million-dollar Pharaoh's Golden Parade through the streets of Cairo. Imran Khan of Al Jazeera has more.
With all the fanfare that befits Egypt's ancient kings and queens, the highly anticipated and meticulously planned Pharaoh's Golden Parade was the biggest cultural event Cairo has seen in recent years. Travelling in individual vehicles bedecked in ancient Egyptian style, the mummified royals, 22 of them in all, were moved from Cairo's Egyptian Museum in Tahrir Square. They moved through the capital streets to a new location, a state-of-the-art facility called the National Museum of Ancient Civilization, where they were greeted by a concert from the Cairo Philharmonic featuring famous singers, and then received by the Egyptian president. The pharaohs are the stuff of legend and include Amenhotep I, Ramses II, Ramses III, and Queen Nefertari.
You've got two worlds really coming together. You've got the curators who normally move these things without the world watching and prepare objects to travel around the world, but then you've got a spectacle that needs to be put on. So the logistics behind it were very complex, and you can imagine they've been working on it for a very long time, and I think they really pulled it off. It's got the spectacle, but we also felt that everything was done safely.
The security operation was a mammoth undertaking. Streets were closed and Cairo brought to a standstill. The event, which lasted around 2 hours, was attended by various dignitaries, including the Director General of UNESCO, the UN's World Heritage Organization. Once the mummies arrived at their new resting place, they are to be put into restoration in a lab for 15 days and readied for display. But there are a minority who mutter darkly about an ancient curse. Legend has it that cursed will be the ones that move the mummies. They say the Suez Canal blockage disturbing global markets, 2 trains colliding with each other, a garment factory blaze and a residential building collapse all came after the announcement of the Pharaoh's Golden Parade. But the ancient curse hasn't stopped the pharaohs once again appearing on the streets of Egypt. Imran Khan, Al Jazeera.
We'll be right back with a recap of the top stories. Stay tuned.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
The coronavirus is bad, so there is one thing we can do. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands.
Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. To keep away the flu, there is one thing we must do. Wash our hands, wash our hands, wash your hands.
Now wrap up with a recap of the top stories. Missing woman found. Autopsies filed in deaths of Keon Fifield and Marva Rollins. And task force chair says a change in approach is needed to educate persons on vaccine. And that's it for the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Davis.